I'm Vin.
I'm sorry.
If you All right, you beautiful people. Are we still muted? No, we're not. Okay, good.
I suppose not.
Chillin'. I am Vin.
And I am Sori. And we are here not for a birthday, but for a DJ
For
stream.
a DJ scream.
For some reason, I just keep wanting to say happy birthday. So happy birthday, Nicholas. It's not his birthday. He just picked the stream for today. And we actually have a pretty cool lineup.
DJ Nick in his house. This is my buddy right here. This is my buddy DJ.
Yep, there he is. He's pointing at you losers.
He's pointing at you losers. If you're in regular YouTube land, you'll get to see all these videos free of charge. You just won't get to experience the videos live like all the rest of the Village faithful do as well.
Plus, there's stuff in between the songs that we chat about and joke about that you don't get unless you watch the live stream. So you're missing out on a lot of fun.
Yeah, because we have no discipline, so it's never just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the songs. It's always hey, what about this? What about this? Hey, long time no see. I haven't seen you in quite some time. Hey, how's it going? Oh, I hate you. Well, you hate me too. Bedwet.
Yep. And then at the end, Vin will be like, "Wait, actually, we're doing another song. Sorry." So you miss out on my grumpy looking face when it's too hot in here and I think the stream's over and Vin adds one more song.
And she's hungry. That's the big thing.
And to be honest, I haven't really eaten today. I've only had like a couple bites of food, so that might
hell hath no wrath. Like a Soraya. A hungry Sori. Good
hungry Sori.
Hungry
like
hippo.
Remember the Hungry Hippo game?
Yeah.
Be my face.
Yeah, I had to.
Wait a minute.
I have a funny story about the hungry hippos, actually.
Yeah, and what you could do is it could be Vin's judgment would be the whenever you count them up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway,
shout out
talk
to
about that anymore.
We got Priest in the house. We got Callista in the house. Day 2 of watching the podcast.
Nicholas, if you can say hello to everybody, and we're gonna post your comment right up here.
We got free Domino's pizza. By the way, the comment of the day is going to win a pizza.
Oh.
So by the end of the stream, somebody's going to have the comment of the day, and that individual will win a free pizza from Vin and Sori. We will order a pizza on your behalf.
I think you can also send them like an e-gift card for Domino's or something. Because I'm not sure by the time it's over if the pizza place will still be open.
What do you mean?
Anyway, Domino's isn't pizza.
Well, there we go. We had a nice, wonderful little surprise for you beautiful people, and then, of course, Sarai went and ruined it.
It's not ruined. I'm just adding to the idea and saying we can still get it to you. Okay, anyway.
Mark Graves in the house.
You're getting a pizza out here, so I'm out.
Thank you, Mark Graves. Thank you. See, finally, Mark Graves said I'm looking good, and I appreciate it. I'm always left out.
Finally, he takes somebody's compliment. Doesn't take mine when I compliment him, that's for sure.
Anyways.
All right.
Black Satan, I hate pizza, but wings are okay. Fine.
Look,
fine.
I don't know if you guys can see this from there, but this one says Vin, and this one says Sori. I was very happy about this necklace. What? Why are you laughing at it? You don't like it?
No, it's just that shirt is very nice. Brings out your eyes.
Oh, thank you. Walmart, $4.
Yeah. The beard. Yes, see? The beard is to be aspired to. Finally, I'm getting some credit, damn it, for all my work.
He does. He puts a lot of time in on his beard.
Okay.
Good work, buddy.
All right. So here we go, guys. Here we go. Song number one. Okay,
wait, did you post Nicholas's comment so everybody sees him?
What?
Oh, right there.
Which
right
Nicholas? Oh,
the
this
DJ.
is the DJ, the big homie. Yeah.
No one in particular, just our DJ. Right, it's right there.
Yeah, all you have to do is type his name there in the search key.
Well, I didn't want to.
Your DJ is here.
So,
guys, we are breaking the record for our dislike. Put a like or dislike. I don't care.
Wait, how many did we have the last time between the two? We had like 45?
Actually,
we're trying to beat 45.
We're trying to beat 45. Hopefully.
Other people have like...
I'd like a Ben Webb type stream where we have more dislikes than likes. That'd be great. So everybody, dislike as much as you can. Okay? All right.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe we should say that in every video. Please dislike our video.
Hit the dislike button.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll eke out our own.
See how many dislikes we can get.
We'll eke out our own little space in YouTube.
The
algo will be like, "What's occurring?"
Yeah. Why are there so many people engaging with shit? Okay, you guys. You guys, seriously, look at all the thumbs down. Give us thumbs down.
We had 20 thumbs up and 7 down thumbs,
Just
and
switch.
we went from 19 to 8.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Reverse psychology.
Okay. So somebody's gonna win a pizza tonight, or a lunch, or wings, or whatever.
Applejack said, "I might have the bros jump on just to hit the like. Have them jump out on to hit the dislike button, please. This should be fun." Okay.
All you need to do is keep reviewing Tom McDonald's song. His fans get super mad. It
Sean,
doesn't
I
matter.
just can't
as long
down.
as long as you say one thing that in disagreement against Tom McDonald, they all go,
I know.
weeping and gnashing of teeth. Shout out to the priest, though. Okay. CB's 25 deep. Okay, CB, I see you.
Oh,
all right.
wow.
All right, let's go.
That sounds like fun. Also, don't be stupid.
What? What happened?
When they're 25 deep, I don't know what they're up to, but you better stay safe. That's all I can say.
Oh, you better stay safe. Well, she gonna come to Chicago, and y'all gonna see, y'all really gonna see more after that. Yep. Okay. All right, guys, this is the first song. I'm feeling really happy right now.
Okay.
Feeling happy. My man CB's here. Everybody's safe.
Good.
Everybody's happy.
Yeah, and
first
supper's
song,
already been cooked, so that's cool.
Supper's already been cooked. Madden 22 is downloaded. Tom Brady's the greatest in the world. Jesus on the throne. We good, bro. We good.
Okay, so the first song on the list is Beast in Black, Blind, and Frozen. And Nicholas is a man of few words because he didn't give us anything to say about the song. So let's go.
Nor does he need to.
Right.
We continue.
If you change your mind and you want to add words, do so. she died. Shoot. He didn't make it there in time.
He didn't make it in time. She died. It's your fault, bro. It's all your fault. What'd you think?
This guy was all over the place vocally, right? He like hit a lot of genres. He sounded like he went with the
It sounded
Judas Priest sort of.
Yeah.
Then at the beginning, I thought it was a woman singing. He like hit.
Well, yeah, definitely was a double take.
Yeah, and then he kept going, and he hit like he had a lot of range. What's the matter?
No, I was just checking to see if we were muted. We're not. Go ahead.
Yeah, he had a lot of range. I was very, very surprised.
Yeah, dude is he definitely could blow. His physical presentation. And I'm not just talking about the fact that he's a dude, but like his presentation didn't match the voice, so it took me a second to like. I had to adjust.
I thought you put the wrong thing on. I thought we were hearing another song, and that was.
Oh, you thought I put the wrong video on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. So that was kind of kooky. Okay. So what did you think the song was about? And the other thing that was interesting was like that was power metal. That's the genre.
Okay.
And I generally hate power metal. Like, you know that band that we won't mention? Mm-hmm. They're a power metal band.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Kalendros is like, just say you don't like power metal. Don't say you don't like that band. And I think he's mostly right, but I think in this one he's wrong because this is a power metal song. But I really, really enjoyed the song, actually. It was just very sugary. It was a sugary song.
All right. Well, let's
go ahead. What do you got?
I mean, I'm assuming it was a relationship song.
Or you're looking at the lyrics.
What it was looking like.
You're assuming it was a relationship song. Once I touched your heart, held you in closed arms, but built a haven for your love until I let you fall apart.
Oh, that's interesting.
Please forgive me, God, I miss you like hell. I was wrong, I can tell, for the heart can be blind and frozen.
Now I live with the pain every night, every day, as I read those letters you wrote me. How I long for the time when your lips would kiss mine and the promise was still unbroken. I will wait for tomorrow that may never come. Wow, and the promise that was still unbroken.
What do you think that is?
Well, I think that... Well, I assumed that was like the promise of them being together and, you know, being faithful to each other.
Jambi's in the house, everybody. What's up, Jambi?
What did you get out of it?
Are your bass parts done yet, Jambi, or no? I guarantee you Jambi's going to have some excuse for why his bass parts aren't done.
Last night he was asking you to send him the song.
Look, I can't wait for Jambi. Everybody ask Jambi where his bass parts for our song are. Because honestly, if you guys want to hear the Vin and Sori song, the only thing that's holding it up is Jambi. Honestly. He's the only one left that is holding up our production. So blame it on that guy. It's JAMBI in the chat. Okay, we continue.
Oh my gosh.
Sadie says, this song is so cheesy. I love it. What defines what cheese is, actually?
Well,
like, I mean, what is cheesy? So did you think the song was cheesy?
No.
I felt like there was a little bit of cheese.
But you
There's
mean
a little bit of cheese. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I haven't broken down enough of the lyrics yet.
Well, no, not just the whole thing. And you remember that show Once we used to watch? Mm-hmm. Once? We used to watch this show Once, like Once Upon a Time. It was an excellent show that was about 3 seasons too long.
Wow, okay.
Because they kept running out of, it was always some curse at the end of the season, and then they were going to go into another world, and shit, there's going to be another curse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a curse like every season.
There was. You're right.
And
I liked it still, though.
There's this guy's trapped in this horrible world. It's like, yeah, but there's going to be some curse that gets him out of it.
But, yeah.
And it happened every single time.
You're right.
But it was very whimsical.
Yeah.
It was very whimsical. it was Storybrooke. They were in Maine. And the character, it was just a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. And it actually, it's interesting because, it was actually like a nostalgic period for us, actually, now that I think about it. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Yeah, okay, so let's continue. Look, now we live with pain. There you go. It just looks like this person was talking about. He says, "I built a haven for your love until I let you fall apart."
Yeah, I'm not sure yet if, because we haven't gotten through the lyrics. I don't know if he failed her on something he shouldn't have failed her, or if she was, I don't know, expect him. I think I need some caffeine. Or if she was expecting him to hold up.
Yeah, it looked like
he's not supposed to be holding up.
Well, it looked like in the relationship, his job was to hold everything together.
Yeah, that's not right.
And then it fell apart, and then
Well, yeah, whether or not he, like, I don't know what he means. What was he thinking he had to hold together? Was it like a normal male?
Well, it says, "I built a haven for your love until I let you fall apart." So it looks like she had some issues, and his role in the relationship was to save her from her issues, and that seemed to be the terms of the agreement of the relationship.
Yeah, that's
so
not
it says,
healthy. That's not healthy.
"I built a haven for your love until I let you fall apart. Please forgive me. Now I live with the pain every night, every day as I read those letters you wrote me. How I long for the time when your lips would touch mine and the promise was still all broken. I will wait for tomorrow that may never come. Mm-hmm. I will wait in the name of love." So she's not dead. And then Appy goes, "Simp. The guy's a simp." Dudes can't express that they love girls anymore, huh?
I guess not.
He's a simp. I'd have said the same shit, though. This is probably a young fella. So I will wait in the name of love. There's that real... I wonder what it is about love and waiting that makes... Because that's a big part of, like, romance novels or whatever, right? Or romantic movies, or the entire concept is, like, the whole weight that you have to have with it, or...
Yeah, but I don't think that defines romance. I think the reason that that's in romantic novels is because a lot of people are waiting for that. And so you have to add waiting to the story because that starts them out being the characters in the story.
I read somewhere...
That's my thought.
I read somewhere, I don't know if it was Sam Harris or if it was Jordan Peterson, but basically you get actually, when they did the math, you get more endorphin kicks in the anticipation of pleasure than in pleasure itself. Mm-hmm. So the wanting of the thing becomes the very thing that you're enjoying, so that when you accomplish the thing, you have to go to the next one. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you have one of these, romantic ideas about love, the waiting is there. I mean, one, maybe for a romantic purpose, but two, there's a very scientific reason that you want to put that waiting in the story, because that's where you get the most of the endorphin rush. And then you kind of live vicariously through the character who's waiting. And then you get to consummate the relationship. And then you get to go back into the real world, and you don't really have to invest any of your real self, is what I'm saying. I'm talking about, like, romance novels, the whole 9 yards.
I mean, isn't that the same for any movie or any whatever?
Well, it depends. Like, if somebody's watching an action movie, you could say, yeah, that person wants to do, wants to jump out of the helicopter, is living vicariously through them, and which, in some sense, that might be healthy, a dance thing, because then you get people in a situation where they start getting... Remember that movie... It was something with the bottle or something like that, Love Note or something like that, and then
Message in a
Bottle, and all the girls started, like, divorcing their husbands and fiancés because the guys couldn't live up to the ideal of the. You see what I'm saying? So, like,
yeah, I don't think I ever saw that one. The Notebook? Are you talking about the Notebook?
Yeah, I think it's a Notebook or something.
Wow. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, that's a problem. Really, people were divorcing en masse over that.
Oh movie? yeah, because they were trying to get. They're trying to get the guy to be as romantic as the guy in the thing. And
sorry,
ladies,
it didn't turn out. The only other romantic guy there is.
It didn't turn out that way.
Wow. Ooh. Okay.
Yes,
wow.
Tristan, I
just can't imagine divorcing somebody. Well, there must have been, like, some major buildup. Maybe there's a bunch of other things that went wrong.
Well, I just think that,
that was the final straw.
In the real world, obviously this story had a bunch of epic whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But, the real story is probably a lot more mundane than queen in a castle and a dragon and all that. But, you know, that's how human beings have always been able to process these issues, is you just put your actual issues in the context of something fantastical so that you can have that catharsis without having to tell people, like, hey, this is actually what's happening. Like,
yeah.
I'm not going to go there because people stalk us and the wound is probably fresh for this individual. So I'll tell you about it later. See, I'm a kind. You'll find that I'm kind.
Right. Yes.
You will find that I'm kind. Okay.
See, when I read, and when your lips would kiss mine and the promise was still unbroken, I'll wait for tomorrow that may never come. That part to me was, there are lines in a relationship that once you cross, you can't uncross them. And so
yeah,
it seems to me, is looking back to a time before that brokenness occurred, you know, when their kissing was, I mean, I can only assume that if your partner cheats on you, then it's, even if you stay with them, it's not the same. And the next time that you're kissing them, you'd be thinking, I mean, according to my estimation, you'd be thinking about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think you're probably right.
Like,
you're probably right.
How can you not?
I see what you're saying. Where'd you get the song?
You go first.
I generally do not like power metal. But this one, I'll make an exception for. I gotta tell you, anytime I hear a power metal song, I'm usually pretty brutal in the review, because I hate power metal. But this one I actually liked a lot. It was pretty risky. Well, I don't know how much Nicholas knows me or not, but it was risky for his first cut. So I'm gonna give this one an 8.8, which is equivalent to like a 9.5 regular for power metal, because I hate the genre with a passion. Amy Lee's here. What's up, Amy Lee?
Hey, hi. Yeah, okay, so in the end she just died.
Well, I don't know if she died. I don't know if it's a concept record.
In the video,
or if she broke up with him.
Okay. Well, I think see, I can see where you're going with the 8.8. I just have to push it up a little more because the guy had so much versatility.
True.
I've never seen that before.
True.
Okay, so
you can't take the versatility away from the homie.
No, 9.1.
9.1. There you are, dear listener. That's the first song. Now, if you are in regular YouTube land and you're a square, then tell them what they win, Soraya. Tell the squares what they win.
You win that you have to push the button to skip to the next video of ours.
Yep.
For the rest of you,
for the
rest of you that are here with us, you don't have to exert that level of energy.
The rest of you loyal people who actually love us.
Sit back and sit tight, because we're going to do the commercial and we're going to be coming back with another great one.
By the way,
the next song is Tool.
The likes are beating the dislikes. Okay, so dislikers, you guys, you're not doing so well. It's currently 27 to 10.
We want to see
Come
more
on,
dislikes.
dislikers, where are you?
Yeah, we want to see more dislikes in this video.
Vin out.
Sori out.
Go.
All right. Ridiculous. I'm going to get caffeine. It'll take me, before the commercial's done, I'll be back.
Yep, Tool is on the way.
Okay,
Tool
ready?
is on the way. People are saying it's buffering. I don't see any buffering. I think the likes are going to beat the dislikes, God. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Was he saying it?
Yep.
Don't know what you mean. The first commandment is constantly disobeyed by Christians. Unfamiliar with what you're talking about there, buddy. Amy Lee in the house. Ray Phoenix in the house. What's good, Ray Phoenix? I'm dislike it just for calling me a square. Boo 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 boo. Damn, Spot him, got him. Spot him, got him was with who was he with? Was he with Ace's crew or with the other guys? All the commandments are constantly disobeyed by Christians. That's why they know they need to be Christians. That's a good one. That's a very, very good one. Ah, he's with Fulio's group. Damn. Dead Star Assembly. I think the likes are going to beat the dislikes, babe. It's currently 31-14. We should have a...
You know what's tough? Is that not everybody's working with us from YouTube. From YouTube. So, if they're watching from Facebook, they can't even participate in the like-dislike thing.
Oh. Well, this one's a YouTube only one. I didn't do the restream thingamajiggy. Wow, you went out there, got yourself something, nothing for me, huh?
I already fed you today.
I'll just
cooked
perish.
you that giant gourmet sandwich and I never ate.
I'll just perish. What's up, Ray Phoenix?
Did you want some chips?
You know, hold on, let me see here. Come on, dislikes, you can do it. I got ejected from the stream for some reason. Okay, guys, next song is on the way. The next song is from a band called Tool, I think.
Who's that?
Here's a commercial while I go get me something to drink. I'm Vin.
I'm sorry.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at insori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in a Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch. Buy our merch. This is Vin. Oh, I forgot. I tied him down so he wouldn't keep falling. So Vin usually sits here, but he's gone to get a soda that's taking him a super long time. I'm sorry. We are in the middle of a DJ stream. Excuse me. The DJ stream is where you get to choose the songs we're going to listen to. You get to be our DJ for a night. Tonight, our DJ is Nick. That's Nick right there. You don't want to meet him in a dark alley. The first song that we did was Beast in Black, Blind and Frozen. And the second song on his list is Tool, Jerk Off. So, then... Vinny, let's go. What? I am white. Yes. He said you sounded like such a white lady. Amy Lee Forever said that you're looking better than ever.
You better be nice to me.
Babe, she's saying that because your chair is empty.
Oh. Fuck Amy Lee.
Fuck Amy Lee.
What'd you say?
You better be nice to me, he says. Wow, you saw what he did with that, Amy?
Would you say this is Jerk Off by Tool?
This is Jerk Off by Tool. Okay. Let's go.
All right. You were muted.
The entire time?
Yeah. Everybody was telling you that mic was low. That's because you were speaking through my mic.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, Dee Dee, she's okay. She's all right. She's all right. You know what I'm saying?
Mean. Rude.
Don't talk to me about it and Steve's got skills. He's all right, but he's not real. Hello. Shout out to Singapore. Media Corp's in the house. All right, guys. The time has arrived. Tool. Jerk Off. Let's go.
You said no strings could secure you at the station. Platform ticket.
Used to be a bunch of assholes that lived in this part of the building here. So we systematically removed them like you would any kind of termite or roach.
Whoa! That drumming, listen to that drumming! What song is this?
Jerk Off.
But I'm tired of waiting. Someone told me once that there's a right and wrong. Punishment was just for those who dare to cross the line. But it must not be true. But I'm just like you, and maybe it's just bullshit. I should play God and shoot you myself. Tired of waiting. Consequences dictate course of action, and it doesn't matter what's right. It's only wrong if you get caught. If consequences dictate my course of action, I should play God and just shoot you myself. Tired of waiting.
Die! Oh, shit!
Shoot
Wow.
Wow. I did not know that Tool could be heavy. Like that. That was heavy. Shoot it!
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know Tool could be heavy. What record was on that? Was that on?
I don't know.
1993. That must have been what? Opiate. 93.
I have no idea, babe.
Anyway, oh my God! Like the dude.
Yep, opium.
Opiate.
Well, this says opium den. Opium den. I don't know.
Opiate EP. Opiate EP. Tasco has spoken. Tasco has spoken.
So that's pretty crazy. Don't you find it funny like that? It's like, because Tool kind of has like that chilly sort of sound to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like you're on this
100%.
psychedelic blah blah blah,
100%.
and all of a sudden then he comes out of there with this one, and it's kind of like it feels a little bit shocking. Like,
Well, this is before they became, DMT Tool. This is 1993.
Okay,
This is
okay.
early Tool.
Okay.
This is before
All right,
he
that
had
makes more
his
sense.
epiphany.
okay, that makes sense then. Oh wow, okay. So he could do this. He just chose not to go this way. Now this song is a little
No,
bit
what
weird,
I'm saying
babe.
is that he hadn't matured to the lateralis type person.
Yeah.
So he
gonna
was
take
still
some time.
raw and angry, is what I'm saying.
Oh. Okay.
I don't
quotes
think
at the
that what I'm
beginning-
saying is the Tool that we got introduced to was a later version. This is early James. So what I'm saying is he hadn't evolved to that point yet. I don't think he was always like that, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that. Totally understood that from what you're
Okay.
saying. Who did the intro? Do you know what is there any relevance to that? Not relevance, but like is there any truth to that? Was that said somewhere?
What was said in the intro?
Used
Did I
to be
miss
a
it?
bunch of assholes that lived in this part of the building here, but we systematically removed them like you would any kind of termite or roach.
Well, I don't know if he's alluding to gentrification, but that's a common thing that happens in, you get you get a nice spot in a neighborhood and a bunch of poor people are there. So then rich people start moving in and then they drive up the prices and they kick out the poor people.
Okay. Someone told me once that there's a right and wrong. Punishment was sure for those who dare to cross the line. But it must not be true for jerk-offs just like you. And maybe it takes longer to catch a total asshole, but I'm tired of waiting. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
But that's a line from the top line, according to Applejack, is from a comedian.
Okay. But what was the comedian talking about? What we were just talking about?
Yeah.
See, I think I remember, like the quote, cheaters never win.
Yep.
My cousin used to cheat every fucking time we played Monopoly.
Which
Every
one?
time.
The one out.
John. Every time. He'd be freaking sticking money up his sleeve before the game started and shit. Stipping it over here. He never ran out of money. And I'm telling you, I had a better strategy than him and I should have won. And then he kept pulling money out. Then I started calculating his money and my money to find out. And sure enough,
He was cheating.
he was cheating.
Okay.
But he was never going to admit it, and he was never going to, I was never going to get any, there was going to be no trial. There was going to be no, you're wrong, she's right, you cheated. Anyway, so he'd get away with it every single time. He was always getting away with cheating. Honest to goodness, that's why whenever I see you do something that I construe as cheating in a game, it makes me that angry because it just connects it to that. I'm like, you!
Yeah, but you just lose.
Yeah, but we're going to record it one time so you can see some shiesty stuff going on. Vin wins.
She loses and then she blames and then she
No.
Soraya can never just accept that I'm smarter than her at times. So she doesn't accept losing very well.
Okay. No, I don't accept losing well when someone cheats to win. Then I didn't lose.
Okay.
Anyway, so then they say that quote, cheaters never win. And I saw him win all the time with cheating. And then you see other people cheat and they were
There's
winning.
a difference. Well, what I teach Dorian is that winners never cheat. There's a difference between saying cheaters never win and saying winners never cheat.
Yep.
There's a difference. But you could use the principle both ways, because you could still say cheaters never win, because even if you win, you still lost, because you know you didn't get it fairly. So in that sense, you'll never be able to enjoy the victory. Mm-hmm. But your cousin is the type of person that could still enjoy the victory even when he cheats.
Exactly.
It doesn't really care.
Exactly.
Okay, so what was the point of what were you saying there? Shout out to John.
Well, because, you know, in the lyrics, he's saying, someone told me once there's a right and wrong. Punishment was sure for those who dare to cross the line. But it must not be true for jerk-offs just like you. And then that's when he gets the idea to go kill him himself, because he's like, this guy's getting away with this all over the place.
Yeah, it takes longer to catch an asshole, but I'm tired of waiting.
Right.
Someone told me once there's a right and a wrong. Punishment was sure for those who dared to cross the line. But it must be true for jerk-offs like you. I should play God and shoot you myself. That's a really interesting line.
Yes, it is.
I should play God and shoot you myself.
It is.
Why?
Well, you're probably not gonna. So I don't know what you want me to do, because I plug your ears if you don't want to hear the topic.
Here goes 7. This bitch ass. Look at this. You should expect cheating from a Tom Brady fan. Fuck you and everybody with you, 7, Dustin.
Oh no! Stay safe. Okay, so this is.
That's another reason I'm so happy that TB won the Super Bowl without Bill Belichick.
I can see that.
Because then you could say all that cheating shit was from Billy. Mm-hmm. All right, continue.
So, like, for me, where my mind went when I heard that part was, in a song like this, everybody can agree, oh yeah, he's gonna play God and kill the person. That if you kill somebody, you're the one, you're playing God, you're trying to be, you know, you're being God in that situation. And this is a sensitive topic, I know, but
what's a sensitive topic?
What I'm about to talk about. So apparently, and if you don't want to hear this topic and you have to leave, you can go ahead, but I want to talk about it. So
would you just say what you're gonna say? But good Lord, all this hype, man, what the hell is wrong with you?
So obviously we talk about it all the time, abortion and its effects on the world and stuff like that. And there's another form of, it's a form of abortion, but it's where if there's twins or triplets or quadruplets, they want to bring it down to having just one or just 2 kids. But the doctors that do this are, some of them are very concerned because they feel like very uncomfortable when they're reducing from twins down to 1 child, which is good that people feel like this is going too far.
So they're okay with killing 1 kid, but because it's twins, now they feel bad?
Yes. And this is what the crazy thing about it is that once they get down from 2 to 1, that's where they feel like, because if there's 4, then you're just like kind of let's say you randomly pick 3 and then there's 1 that's going to survive. But when there's 2 in there and you have to choose, okay, this is the one we're going to kill. They're a lot more uncomfortable with it.
I see.
The other thing is, the place that does this is called Mount Sinai, which is very weird. But that has so many wild implications. But anyway, I was just thinking, because when I was reading that information, I was like, this is insane that people are...
Oh, that's the thing you were going to read me that night, and I said, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to that today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm still being vague about it for you. But it's just, it's a crazy thing. And a lot of times, you know, when they look, like, the doctors were kind of like feeling that in that situation, they were feeling more like they were playing God and didn't like it. But when they were killing baby number 3 or 4, they were fine with that. But when they went from 2 to 1, that's when they were just very uncomfortable with it.
It is really interesting, though, because I think there's one of those Planned Parenthood sting operations where the girl was like, yeah, I want my money to go to a black woman because I want to get rid of black babies.
Yeah.
I'm really sick of these black babies.
Yep.
And people were all fighting. Oh, no, that's not what we normally do, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, what does it matter? I mean, does it matter why you're killing the child? I mean, it's not a human being, according to you. What do you care? What the motives of killing the... You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very strange. It's really interesting. It's like when you cast a certain moral question in a different light... Yeah. It exposes, you know, which is, to your point, a good thing. You know, you still have a conscience active. Yeah. Which is so they were having a problem. So this woman got pregnant with twins. They decided they only wanted 1 kid. So then the doctor had to go in there and kill that kid's brother. So
somebody has to pick. Yeah.
And then somebody has to pick. How did they decide?
Well, it depends. Sometimes if it's a boy and a girl, they'll say, well, I want the girl or I want the boy. But sometimes it's just luck of the draw. So the doctor was feeling that pressure and really feeling like I'm fucking playing God, because they have to go in there. The mother just said, I don't want to see any, you just make the decision. So that way it was off her. She wanted to put it on the doctor. So the doctor had to go in there and just decide which child he was going to kill. And it was just, the whole thing obviously is horrible, but this specific one, a lot more people can see how horrible abortion is in that pocket of information, because I think there's less people that are able to, there are less people that get in that situation where they're going to want to just kill one or two of the babies in their womb and keep one. So I think it's easier for people to be like, there's something mad wrong with that. But
well, the New York Times just did something on the us killing innocent people over there in Afghanistan, and because of it, the military came out today and admitted, we made a tragic error, a tragic mistake. They killed 7 people, and the New York Times ran this expose story on it, and it's getting some traction. But I've been talking about those 30 pine nut farmers for the last 2 years. Nobody says it. It's just, and then, you know, if the Taliban, you know, killed somebody like 2 weeks ago. People, oh, look what the Taliban is, this horrible murder. And it's like, we just killed 30 people. Like, why don't, like, it's very strange. Where we pick and
choose where we're going to put everything.
And then what we decide to be outraged about, what we're angry about. Like, it's, okay, if Trump's got kids in cages, we're angry. Biden has kids in cages, we're going to be quiet. Like, if you were a space alien watching this country for the last 5 years, you would be so confused. You'd be like, I'm out of here. Yeah. Because these people can't put one rational thought together, you know, for 2 days in a row. It's unbelievable. But it's really interesting. He's saying consequences dictate our course of action, and it doesn't matter what's right. It's only wrong if you get caught. If consequences dictate my course of action, I should just play God and just shoot you myself. I'm tired of waiting. That is so fascinating. That mindset is so fascinating in the modern world, because what's happening here is that this person, whoever he is, Maynard is so angry at them that he believes, at least in his mind, he's fantasizing about giving this guy the death penalty. So whatever moral transgression this individual committed was enough to warrant the death penalty in Maynard's mind, at least at the fantasy level. And that's really fascinating. Yeah. It's very, very, very fascinating. Because, go ahead.
What brings him to that point where everybody has like a different line where they're going to say, okay, now this is too far. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, there's a lot of angles, right? Like for example, how does a person feel about the death penalty? Who should get the death penalty? Right? Are you comfortable with calling that play? That would be one. The other would be, what is this ephemeral standard, Maynard, that you have of morality that states that this guy did something so bad that he deserves to die?
Well, yeah.
Why do people who say that there's no objective morality operate in the world as if there is an objective morality? And then on top of that, not only morality, but also a penology. Right? A doctrine of penalty for what happens when a person transgresses this moral law. That is an extremely sophisticated mental apparatus. And one question is, where did that come from? But the second question is ultimately, is the standard universal? In other words, what Maynard wants to kill this guy for, if every human being heard it, would we all say, yeah, that deserves a death penalty? And that's a very provocative question. It's an extremely provocative question. Because why is it a provocative question? Well, because a lot of this depends on your culture. So for example, if I were to say, okay, this person steals $20 million a year, should he be in prison? Okay. People go, well, yeah. I mean, obviously, if you steal, you know, a kid steals a gun ball, he's in juvenile hall. So obviously, you steal 20 million, he's in prison. Then you look and it's like, oh, it's some billionaire corporate guy who's found a way to, you know, embezzle his way out of $20 million in taxes. That that he owes, right? But because he's a billionaire now, the doctrine of the penalty does not apply to him because now he's rich. Is my point.
Okay.
And the question becomes, okay, who gets to determine what the penalty is? Because there are some people that certain actions don't even warrant a moral failure, much less a penalty. So, for example, a guy who believes that it's completely fine to harm children, in his mind, he's not even doing anything wrong to be worthy of a penalty in the first place. And so it's a very provocative question. Who gets to determine the laws and who gets to determine the punishments? If a person says, well, we can't say God because then which God is it? Okay, fine. Let's take God out of the way and then let's come up with one ourselves. Then it becomes majority rule. And we know what happens when the majority comes up with a moral compass. The minority is going to suffer. That's 100% of the time in human history, unless there's some intervention of belief that changes that. So all I'm saying is that the song is extremely provocative because he's tapping into something about that's fundamental to human society flourishing, and I'm not certain that he's got a worldview that can sustain that, but it's a very interesting thought process.
Well, I would agree with that. I mean, when it starts out and it says, used to be a bunch of assholes that lived in this part of the building here, but we systematically remove them like you would any kind of termite or roach.
Yeah.
Well, the way that you remove termites and roaches is by killing them.
Right.
So I don't know, but it's interesting that then but they are not talking about killing people, right?
Who's not talking about killing people?
The intro. Are they? I mean, that's how you would systematically remove a termite or a roach, would be to kill it. But he couldn't have been talking about killing people. What do you think? They're booting them out because they don't make enough money and they want to take.
Well, yeah, I mean, it could be anything. I didn't pay much attention to the Bill Hicks thing. It seems that the entire tenor of the song is people who are too powerful to suffer the same consequences as normal people, and then somebody taking vigilante justice and solving the problem themselves, basically.
Yeah.
Which obviously, I disagree with, but you get vigilantism. You get people with that kind of mentality when the law doesn't get applied correctly. So,
Yeah, exactly.
I think it was right after Philando Castile. Philando Castile got killed on camera, and nothing happened. And then a couple weeks later, homeboy from Houston, Micah Xavier, goes out and he dispatched like 3 or 4 police officers to eternity. And the reason for that is very simple. If you communicate to a group of people, hey, these people have carte blanche, they can kill you, nothing will happen, you're going to instigate that kind of vigilante type mentality in people. And the mindset of a vigilante is completely different from a common citizen, because a vigilantes, especially the real serious ones, they don't care if they live or die. I've had to study people who, and you could tell by their movements and the things that they were doing, they were trying to cover their tracks or whatever. But you could also tell they didn't really care. They were covering their tracks because they wanted to be more efficient at what they were doing. But I had to sit through it was about a 26-hour thing. It was almost nonstop of the DC sniper and his motivations and shit that he was saying in his reviews back in the day, jeez. I mean, it was but it was so convoluted, and this dude's mind was so convoluted and complex, but at the core of it, you could tell he really did not care if he lived or died, because he was really at a point where, I can't say too much, but I mean, he was self-radicalized for certain reasons and certain experiences he had, and it just got to be too much for him, and
then he just
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, it's a very interesting concept that human beings, I think what Maynard is saying in this song has tons of implications that I don't have the time to go over in this review, but I love the song.
What do you
give it?
It's
a 10. It's a 10 for me.
Oh, it's a 9.6 for me.
I got to read this. Shout out to Mr. Farrakhan. In the 80s, Nation of Islam were killing drug dealers in Harlem, the type of people who got teenagers addicted to heroin and crack, destroying lives and making loads of money so they would not stop. Yeah. So Farrakhan went in there and took care of business. Shout out to the minister. Okay, that's a 10 for me. Would you get?
9.6.
There you are, dear listener. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone. Vin, can you read my comment from before? Anthony Manzano. Are some of the songs that these heavy metal guys put out usually influenced by their religious belief? I'm not sure. What are you talking about applies to serial killers too. At some point they feel like they're invincible, no one can kill them, but they end up making mistakes. Yeah, a lot of them do. That is for sure. Okay, guys, we're coming right back, This is a Friday, a DJ stream, and definitely a 10. Might be an 11. That song was really, really good.
Oh, wow. So are you giving it an 11?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, let's start the commercial so we can come back and do the next one. And Another Fable, The Great Defeat is the next song.
Another Fable, The Great Defeat. Let's do it. I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at villageXchange@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is a community option. $1 at the gate gets you in a Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. Child shall lead them.
So, the next song on our list is The Great Defeat by Another Fable.
Yes.
And we are in the middle of a DJ stream for the big homie Nicholas. Here he is in the corner.
There he is.
Ticker says his name, DJ.
The big homie Nicholas.
So we have Another Fable, The Great Defeat up next. And DJ stream is where you get to pick the songs that we're going to listen to. So this is the third song that Nicholas has picked for us. If you're interested in that, email us, vinandsori@gmail.com, and we will give you the details for that.
And Nicholas says this next band needs to be heard by more people. They're up and coming, but they're very talented, especially the vocalist.
Okay.
So this is a band that many of you have never heard of before, but you should. So check them out. Here we go. Another Fable, The Great Defeat. Let's go.
Whoa.
Yeah, this boy can sing.
My soul ignites as my mind set free. Escaping myself was the only way. The only way. Don't leave me here where time stands still. A mind to God, a true creature of fear. The light is fading, but there's still a way to wake up and not feel ashamed. But you're never truly ready, even knowing what's to come. That is only half the battle. The true fight lies inside. When overcoming seems out of reach, stand so tall, the great defeat. My soul ignites as my mind set free. Escaping myself was the only way. The only way.
Uh-oh.
Don't walk away.
Little bit of kill switch energy.
Woo! Yes!
Yes! Chugga-lugga metal, baby! Amy is a savage.
Seems out of reach. Stand so tall, great defeat. My soul ignites as my mind set free. Escaping myself was the only way.
Holy shit, this dude can sing!
Wow. Wow.
Amy, you and Sean going to hell for that shit. Amy said, hey, yo, what do you think of that kid's voice?
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was great. Why?
I think Homeboy can sing.
Yeah, why?
Amy was saying that he sounds like Cher.
Huh?
And then Sean was like, does he believe in life after love? Fuck the both of y'all. I like that guy's voice, man.
Yeah, me too.
I really like it. Was inspiring. It was like on some like Kill Switch Engage, like inspiring shit.
Yeah, and there was I can't remember now. At the beginning, there was like a sort of rapping sort of part to it.
At the very, very
Well,
beginning?
it wasn't like rap, but it was like, it reminded me of
The very, very beginning? Oh, I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
That part. Yeah.
Who does that remind you of? What band does stuff like that?
POD?
Is it POD?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, that's what I would say. But I love that dude's vocal style, man.
Yeah.
I really, really like the vocal
Yeah,
style.
he's very, very good. I
And-
wonder what he sounds like live.
That's a question. And then the other thing was, like, they were really positive in the lyrics too. Like, this is one of those, like, trapped inside myself, this war, this hell, no escape until victory appears.
Yeah.
And then the chorus is, when overcoming seems out of reach, stand so tall, the great defeat, my soul ignites as my mind set free, escaping myself was the only way.
Okay,
So
like the person
basically
that
it
killed
was
themselves.
like he was holding himself back, and then he was able to,
Yo, I thought
make
this
it out.
was I thought this was a suicide song, which is why
thought it was a
Overshadow
suicide song.
said, yeah.
Does
why-
he believe in life after love?
Yeah, but in my mind he said life after death, because he was saying when overcoming seems out of reach, stand so tall the great defeat. My soul ignites as my mind is set free. Escaping myself was the only way. The only way was to escape himself. But you mean escaping yourself as in the part of you that holds yourself back.
Well, yeah.
Okay. I went a
I
little
mean, you
too
don't think
concrete.
he's saying when overcoming seems out of reach, quit and kill yourself?
Yeah, that was kind of what I went with it, babe. Which was weird because I didn't think that the sound matched the message, but...
The only thing that hurt it for me was his voice was a little drowned out in certain areas. And I think he's probably the highest talent in the band. No disrespect to the band, but I think when you're just starting out and you got a guy like that that's really gifted like that, like you got to feature him and make sure that he's like front and center.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But there's not a lot of lyrics here, but the song to me, Sori is a savage. Yeah, see, now people start to see the real you. They're starting to see how much of a savage you are, you evil woman.
Oh no.
Don't leave me here when time stands still, a mind too gone, a true creature of fear. The light is fading, but there's still a way to wake up and not feel ashamed. So he's
true
trying to
creature
say
of
something
fear.
positive.
Yeah.
Like there's a way to wake up and not feel I'm assuming not feel ashamed of all the shit you did before. But he never actually tells us what that way is, other than saying stand tall and don't basically get in your own way, is what it looks like to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. When he says my soul ignites as my mind sets free, I do think that when you're full of fear, because at the beginning it had said something about fear.
Yeah.
Where is that? Oh, Command F.
Just Command F it, babe.
I know, but I like to find it myself. A mind too gone, a true creature of fear. So at that point, he's saying that the mind is too gone because they're a creature of fear. And then at the end, my soul ignites as my mind is set free. So it seemed like I was kind of getting from it after, I got past that other thing. It's probably about,
What other
how
thing?
fear just kind of
What other
controls
thing?
you. My first explanation. Let's not go back into
Oh,
it.
the one where he was telling everybody to just jump off a bridge.
No, he was saying us what his personal plan was. No, when you're talking about fear and the way that fear controls people and it controls your mind and fear, a lot of times your adrenaline is connected to fear. And so you're jump starting your body all the time, adrenaline wise, when you're a person that focuses on fear and you're fearful of this, you're fearful of that. And I think that it puts your body like off as far as chemical wise, because you're like always like adrenaline, more adrenaline, but you're never actually doing anything, and there's not actually a need for the adrenaline because the fear is in your mind.
Right.
So when he says that my soul ignites as my mind is set free, I think that once the mind was not clouded down and held down by fear, and he was allowed to just he was able to just release that fear, then he kind of finds his soul igniting, and he's probably opened up to a whole new world. And I think that the world looks one way when you're scared and looks a total another way when you're not. Like, I think we can all relate to when you're a little kid and you're laying in your bed and like everything looks like a person or a ghost or Freddy Krueger or whatever it is that you were scared of. Like, everything is shaped like that when the room is dimly lit because you're fearful. Then the next day, or when you flick on the light, you're like, oh, that was a chair with a sweatshirt on it.
That never happened to me. That never happened to me.
Okay, well, I think that probably has to do, we won't ever go into
Probably has to do with what?
Well, I mean, your life was a bit chaotic, and so I think that there was like a legitimate stuff for you to
you guys had to make shit up to be afraid of. That must have been an awesome life.
How do you know? You don't know what happened if, what if something terrible happened to me when I was young and I was in the dark, and so then for the rest of my life I was afraid of the dark, thinking it was things. You can't say that.
Very
You don't
possible.
know.
Very possible. Very possible.
Stop downplaying everybody else's pain but your own.
I wasn't saying I was in pain.
Kidding. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I don't have any pain.
That's true.
Except for one.
My pain in your ass. Okay, anyway. So yeah, I can see that. In matter of fact, I think the sound of the song matches the lyrics if you go with that interpretation of what I just gave. Not the first set of interpretation that I gave, but the second one. What do you think? What? Oh no. What?
I hear that line a lot where people say they're trapped inside themselves.
Yeah.
And I always wonder, what does that actually mean? And the only conclusion I can come to, man, the likes are kicking the ass of the dislikes. There's only 15 dislikes, guys, to 42 likes. Dislikers, where are you?
This is
Show us your passion.
Show us your hate.
Show us your...
Okay, so what are you saying? What were you saying before that?
Yeah, but what does it mean to be trapped inside of yourself? I'm assuming that this is another one of these things that we're saying.
Yep.
That has massive implications that we're not even listening to ourselves.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's true.
Like, whoa.
Aren't we all inside of ourselves?
Like, what do you mean you're trapped inside yourself? And like,
yeah.
What part of you wants to get out, and what part of you is keeping you back? Mm-hmm. Like, what does that mean? But it's crazy because it's almost a universal lyric that is used across all genres in the modern era, and that means that at minimum it's a quasi universal experience that we all have this experience where we would say, I am trapped inside of myself.
Yep.
But that betrays a certain understanding of the self, that the self can somehow be segmented in one being and have contrary wills, designs, aims, and even consciousnesses that are actively aware of each other that fight each other. Like, that's insane.
I mean, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack on that.
That's just it's really, really a crazy idea. I changed to a dislike for you, Vin. Thank you very much, Mark Graves. I appreciate it. Come on, dislikers, where are you? Don't let the likers beat you. Okay. Yeah, but like that right there is a pretty crazy thing to me. Like, and it's almost a scary thing, man. Mm-hmm. Because then the question becomes like, okay, then if you're trapped inside of yourself, what are you defining as a self? Mm-hmm. Because you have all of these like competing contrary desires, or you can call it the rational side or the irrational side, the animalistic side versus the sapient side of yourself, whatever, the shadow versus I don't care. Like, when people talking about like, you know, their dark side, they say, I have a dark side. Mm-hmm. What they're talking about is, we're talking about this with Jung, where Jung was talking about like so-and-so can be possessed by the animal, or this, you know, and like you're really, I don't mean Jungian philosophy, like you can really be possessed by one of these personalities. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm listening to Kastrup, and Kastrup is saying essentially that God is one mind that has billions of alters or disassociative personalities. So like I would be one of God's 8 billion current personalities in the world today, which is very interesting because when you look at Hinduism, particularly Bhakti yoga that's focused on Krishna, mm-hmm. they'll say that Krishna is the highest personality of Godhead or whatever. I think mm-hmm. that's the term. And in that form of Hinduism, God has all these emanations that, you know, Krishna, Brahma, all these other things, you know, they're all one, you know, whatever. Anyway, it's just a very, very fascinating concept that a person could be at war with themselves or at war with two sides. It seems like there's like the self, and then there are these subcategories that there's one kind of being or aspect of your nature that we're holding responsible for choosing between all these other personages. And that, whatever that is, we're saying that's you. And you're responsible for keeping the other guys within you in check. Supreme personality, that's what it is.
I mean, it is a crazy thought, especially when you think about, you know, sometimes where you're like, why did I just friggin' do that? I can't believe I just did that. Mm-hmm. Stuff like that, you know? Anyway. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a very, 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 very interesting situation because Papa Roach follows Krishna. Their music is deep. I did not know that. Yeah, so I thought the song was actually a pretty deep song, and if we could, here's my thing: if we could really grasp that concept, and look, obviously as Christians we have a template for this. You've got the mind of the spirit versus the sinful nature, and they're at war with each other, and whatever. So there's already a template for that in Christianity, but I think that if people got really good at if people could accept that maybe you're not just a single conscious being. Mm-hmm. Maybe there's you and then fragments of you that you have to order correctly. So for example, if you look at a person's dark side, interesting. You look at a person's dark side. Yeah. I do have the ability to go dark, and I do have the ability to be nice, to do certain things that I wouldn't do in a certain mindset. So when I get possessed by a certain mind, but the thing is, it's like you're possessed by a certain mind when you're going out to do something, but you're still kind of in control and you're allowing yourself, and I know, yeah. You're conscious of the fact that it's just so crazy to me because I remember sitting down like, we'd have counting, 5 minutes, and everybody had a little ritual, and we used to call it getting right. Like, hey, make sure you're right, blah, blah, blah. And, oh, this guy's hanging back for 20 seconds. He needs to get right. That's what we used to say. Like, oh, so-and-so, you need to get right so you can go off and do this, whatever, where if you were not in a certain mentality, you would never do it. Mm-hmm. But when you're in a certain mind state, you can do it. So that's what people call getting right. And to me, now I look back, I'm like, oh, that's what we were doing when we were getting right. We were allowing ourselves to be possessed by the darker elements of our personality because we knew that there was some utility. Shit. There was some utility to that. Mm-hmm. And I suppose maybe at a very subconscious level that's why they make those bars of entry so difficult, because then you only get people who know to turn that on and off, because you have to find that resource to even, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, and it's not just physicalism. Like there's scenarios like what we were listening to yesterday on the way to the store. Yep. There are scenarios like that you have to complete. So it's not just like, oh, can you run 70 miles or whatever dumb shit that people do. Like it's hey, here's the situation, da-da-da, this is what you need to accomplish. How are you going to do that? Okay. And then boom. So then you have to allow yourself to be possessed by a certain kind of mindset and mentality. And that's what we were doing when we were quote unquote getting right. And now I'm like, holy shit. So there was
I'll tell you, childbirth is the same thing.
I can imagine. I mean, I'm saying yes, but I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, because there's like another.
You gotta explicate that.
It's gonna sound crazy, but there's a me, Sori, that needs the air conditioner going all the time and needs to be completely comfortable. Right. And then there's a me, Sori, that births children, which is a completely not comfortable situation. And I don't take meds to prevent the pain or whatever, any of that stuff. So
I'm sorry. Shout out to Carmen. Mama Carmen of the village.
Oh, Carmen, we finally gave Orion his blanket. We kept waiting because we were going to give it to him when we moved. Yes. And then we decided to just give it to him. So he got the Mickey Mouse blanket. Vinny recorded it. So don't forget to send that to her. Yeah. He laid it down in his bed after, and he laid down on Mickey Mouse. It was really cute.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse. And he goes, oh, is that Mickey Mouse? Anyway. So yeah, that's exactly what, I had to get into this zone.
Yeah, and I see it when it happens with you, because I've been to two of your, I've seen it when it happens. Mm-hmm. And it's fun. And I told you that the first time with Orion. I said, I was calling out for this thing. And I remember I told you I looked across at my friend because he was like, he was sleep deprived. He was in bad shape. Mm-hmm. He had a broken tibia. And he finished. But anyway, I was watching him. I was sitting across like this, like trying to keep trying to keep warm and shit. And I was like dead, and I'm like looking across, and it's my friend, and he's like, you just tell he's about to quit, and I was like, oh my god, and we couldn't talk. He wouldn't let us talk because the other guys, you could talk. Oh, come on, blah blah blah. They wouldn't let us talk to each other.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's just sitting there, and I'm like telepathically like, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Don't do it. Don't quit. Yeah.
And there was this one moment, he looked up, and he had this like, it was weird. It was just this look in his face, and I just knew he wasn't going to quit. Like, and I said, you know, we talked later, and he said, he just basically, he said, I'm going to die. Or I'm gonna, you know, whatever. And that was that moment when he said that to himself, I'm gonna die or whatever. And that's when he allowed himself to be possessed by that aspect of who he is.
Wow.
And he made it out. And again, that's what I'm saying. Like, they put you in these situations so that it's your mind has to take you that extra 10 miles or whatever it is, you know, whatever the situation is. So. But I was telling you, I didn't go into that level of detail, but I saw the same thing in you with Orion. Because you were really scared. It looked like with Orion, you were really scared.
Oh, I was terrified.
And then, like, something happened, and then you just got that look, and it was like a flashback, because it was like, yup, and then boom. It was just unbelievable. That was like, I'd never seen anything like it except for that guy. And that guy is, you know. He's a badass. That's why I said, like, you could have done anything. You could have done anything. But the mind is crazy.
I have to believe in it. Yeah.
The mind is a crazy thing, ladies and gents. So I love the song. I understand, a little cheesy for some people, whatever. I love the song. I love the lyrics. I love the message. And DJ Nicholas is right. The vocalist is a badass for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. He was very good. Okay, so what are you giving it?
I'm gonna give this a 9.2.
9 even for me.
9 even. There you are, dear listener. Vin out.
Sori out.
Down. A 9 even. All right, guys.
9 even.
Believe it or not, I'm not a nihilist. I didn't think you would be a nihilist.
Who?
The big homie AT.
Oh. Okay, upcoming next is Architects Animals.
Jason, thank you so much for your contribution. My brother, when you have a DJ stream, you can determine for everybody exactly how it's going to go start to finish. Until then, thank you for the contribution. Please enjoy the show. That was pretty good, huh? Pretty subtle.
I wonder what he said.
That was very subtle, very subtle. All right, guys. Coming right back to you. I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at insori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft. Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed.
Buy our merch.
The child shall lead them. Shout out to the big homie Jason Moss. And this is a DJ stream from the big homie
Nicholas,
right here.
here he is.
Nicholas right there. Nicholas.
Yep.
There's our Nicholas. Usually I have him right here because they're my buddies. This time we'll put him over by here. So he'll be my buddy. Boom. Okay. So we are in the midst of a DJ stream. That's DJ Nick, who half human, half amazing. He's like T-1000. Remember the Terminator?
No, I never saw it.
Your parents, man. We need to bring your parents to The Hague. How do you not know the Terminator?
We were not allowed to watch that.
Subhanallah.
And I still haven't watched it. I've wanted to watch it, though. Because that's one thing, honest to goodness, hey, you know what? Maybe that's what we could do. Because there's still a lot of classics I still haven't seen. They're like big major ones. Maybe that's what we could do for movie night on Patreon. Once a month. If you're on the whatever
people ain't
tier.
trying to watch no movie with us. 2 hours. It's one thing to like sit in the
You guys, would you be interested in watching
people
movies?
Ain't trying to sit here and watch
Terminator
no movie.
and stuff.
Man, that's a big
I've never
ass
seen it before.
investment. A 2-hour movie.
You want to watch it with me? I've never seen it before.
No.
I need friends. Please watch it with me.
You do need friends. That is true. But nobody's saying. You always come up with these weird ideas.
What? No,
these
I think people would like it.
Nobody would like. All right.
Why are people mean to me?
I'm not going to argue with you anymore, Soraya.
Just because you don't want to watch shows or movies with me.
Huh?
Just because you don't want to watch shows and movies with me doesn't mean everybody else doesn't.
No, people want to do what I want to do. I'm the main draw. Increase the intensity a little bit on that.
Amy Lee
I'm the
forever
main
said,
draw.
"Hell no."
I'm the main draw of this show.
And Overshadow Sean said he'll watch it with me.
Did he?
Yeah.
What a
He'd
traitor.
be down.
What a traitor that Sean is. Well, okay. Well, you and Sean can watch the movie then. Have I ever heard of David Wood? Yes, I've talked to David Wood many times.
Rave app?
Movie night is a good idea, and I know the
DJ
perfect
Mike,
app.
can you email me that information? And yeah, that's true. We were gonna watch The Wall. Secondly,
that is true.
I have seen The Matrix. I didn't see the new one that's gonna be. When's the new one coming out?
They said Christmas.
Okay, but I did see The Matrix. I actually saw The Matrix when I was
is playing
a
on
teenager.
Christmas, so I don't know
snuck
how
that
to
one
do
into
that.
the basement to watch it.
You snuck what? The Matrix?
Yeah, and I watched it.
Did you feel guilty watching it?
No,
Really? I must be in the Matrix.
I needed the storyline.
You see how beautiful this girl is? This is a very, very pretty girl here.
And yet you don't want to watch a movie with me.
No, see lies, more lies. I have no problem watching a movie with you, sweets. I'm saying you're asking other people to invest 2 hours of their time in a movie with you. Nobody wants to do that. Okay, the time has arrived. The time has arrived.
The Jedi said he'll watch it with me also.
Architects, animals, let's go.
Oh. What was happening?
I couldn't hear anything.
Plug your thing in better.
Yeah, I have it plugged in better. How dare you? All right, you ready?
Yeah, I've been ready.
All right, let me try to rewind this joint. All right, guys. Architects, animals. Yes! Yes! Chugga-lugga, baby! Woo!
I do my best, but everything seems ominous. Not feeling blessed, quite the opposite. This shouldn't feel so monotonous. It never rains, but it pours. We're just a bunch of fucking animals, but we're afraid of the outcome. Don't cry to me, because the fiction that we're living in says I should pull the pin. pull the pin. Buried under dirt, a diamond in the mud. Infinity is waiting there, 'cause nobody can burn a glass cathedral.
Whoa.
Dream within a dream within a. We're just a bunch of fucking animals, but we're afraid of the outcome. Don't cry to me because the fiction that we're living in says I should pull the pin. We're just a bunch of fucking animals, but we're afraid of the outcome. Don't cry to me because the fiction that we're living in says I should pull the pin. Should I just pull the pin? Should I just pull the pin? Should I just pull the pin? Should I just pull the pin?
Wow.
Oh, I want to go play our song right now.
When we move, I really want the studio to be set up in such a way where we can play the music loud in the room.
Yeah, we'd be on that club shit.
I hate being trapped inside of headphones.
You were gonna. We're gonna go really, 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 really big. I have a very, very, very big idea.
You do?
Yeah.
Is it fun?
I think it'll be fun. Here. We've returned.
It is a fun idea.
It's a very good idea.
I wonder if anybody can read lips.
No.
Secret discussion. Losers, we can hear you. Follows up secret discussion.
She should. Her and Ben, absolutely the best.
I can read lips. Vin just told Sori he wants to buy 7 penguins. Hey, how did you? You are good at reading lips. Okay. Anyway, this song was crazy.
Yep.
It was friggin' insane.
I wish Ben
Honest
was.
to goodness, I was
wish
angry
Ben
with
was
my
here.
headphones.
I wish Ben was here because Ben would be like, you know what Ben would say? He'd say chugga lugga chugga lugga. I don't care. That's what I like.
Nicholas, this song was ridiculous. I love this one.
Yeah, I almost. I'm waiting to find somebody to win the what do you call
Comment
it?
of the night. Yeah.
Comment of the night.
Still waiting for who's gonna win that pizza.
I might have to we might just have to give Ben the pizza for this song. Ben, not Ben. I keep saying Ben. We might have to give Nicholas the pizza for this song.
I am in favor of that idea.
Vin, why you want me so much misery? You would not have misery if you and Ben got together because Ben would know it's his only shot at a person of your caliber.
I have a feeling Ben would be very nice.
Yeah, he would
and,
behave. He would behave himself
yeah.
for you. But in public, he would stunt. But in private, he would be great with you. You know that. It's kind of like Sori. You know, Sori tries to stunt publicly, and then privately, she's all, "Oh, Vinny, whatever you want, blah blah blah."
Finally, you recognize.
All right.
Okay.
Now, having said that, considering that Ben, Brian, Lilo is not here.
Okay, please tell me what pull the pin means. I mean, I have one thought in my
Pull
head.
the pin. It's a grenade.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I didn't want to go the way that I went on the last song and say, this sounds like the man is saying maybe you should end it all.
Wait, Sadie blew Alan's mind? if Alan confirms that, then we have to get Sadie the pizza, because Alan's one of the smartest people in this forum. So if she blew his mind, then okay. I do my best, but everything seems quite ominous. Not feeling blessed. Quite the opposite. This shouldn't feel so monotonous. It never rains, but it pours. Ha ha ha. Well, one, I like the rhyme scheme because I love hip hop music, and that's a very good one.
Yep.
What do you think he's saying here? He's doing his best, but everything seems ominous. Like shit is about to get really bad, I think, is what he's saying.
Not feeling blessed. You know, people just
quite the opposite.
Be blessed. You know, he's not feeling good. He's not feeling this. Shouldn't feel so monotonous. I think that it seems like life is not going well for this man.
What made you say that?
We're just a bunch of effing animals, but we're afraid of the outcome. Don't cry to me because the fiction that we're living in says I should pull the pin. That's interesting because when he says we're a bunch of animals, but we're afraid of the outcome, generally speaking, I don't think animals care about the outcome. I don't think that they think about the outcome, right?
Well, I think that that's the irony. You know, I was talking to one of my homies, and he said something that let me try to find it.
I dug my heels. I thought that I could stop the rot. The ground gave way. Now I've lost the plot.
Yeah.
Effed it again. That was all I've got. It never rains. But it pours.
Yeah, I just think that the concept that, you know, we are just animals is I don't believe it's true. I've never believed it's true for a second in my life. But let's just go with that. If you are just an animal and that's all that you are and there's nothing transcendent about you, that comes with horrifying implications. And so that's why he says we're just a bunch of fucking animals, but we're afraid of the outcome. Because if you're just an animal, then there are some pretty severe outcomes to that concept. And that's why when you're in Walmart and you hear a mom say to her child, "You're acting like an animal," she's not complimenting said child. And she's also not giving the child a master class in biology. When she says he's an animal, she's saying something about him. What she's saying is he's operating beneath his ontology.
Yep.
Because the only time, it's not like a blade of grass could say to another blade of grass, "You're acting like a blade of grass." That doesn't. And so when you talk to a grown man and you say you're acting like a child, there's an implication that says you're more than just a child. So when I say you're acting like an animal, the implication is you're more than just an animal. But then when people get in debates because they want to defend a certain type of worldview, they'll say, "Oh no, I really believe I'm just an animal." No, you don't.
So when someone says you're acting like a girl, what are they saying?
Then you're acting beneath what a man should be because you've been assigned a male gender. It's the same way with a woman. If a woman gets insulted when you say you look like a man, that's an insult. That's not a compliment. So my point is, on the one, I just feel like we play a lot of these logical shell games to maintain the edifice of whatever we're trying to uphold. So it's like, we're just animals, but nobody actually believes that in the real world. And when I say believe, what I mean is nobody acts in conjunction with that premise and gets away with it in society.
Yeah.
Because there are a few people that will say, "I am going to follow all my animalistic instincts." And all those people, to a man, end up in prison. As a matter of fact, that is literally what prisons are for, is to quarantine us from human beings who act like animals.
It's interesting, too, because either you'd have to say, we have to treat people better so we don't treat them like animals, or you'd have to treat animals better because you're trying to make them treated like humans.
Well, you call the animal shelter the Humane Society.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Obviously, that's what I'm saying. Like, we all know. You know, I was talking to one of my buddies one time. I said, "Hey, you watch the Discovery Channel?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Do you think the the male lion takes the female lioness out to a nice restaurant
in a movie.
Have some wildebeest.
Terminator.
Have some wildebeest at a great restaurant, and then maybe we can watch The Lion King later, and maybe I can go over to your place, and is that how it works in the animal world?
Right.
You want to do sexuality like an animal? You want to do that? How about fending for young when you have limited resources? What do animals do? Even the most maternal animals, what do they do when they're running out of resources and they have young? They leave them behind or they eat them. So, there's a lot of things where we don't want the implication of what it would be like to actually exist as just an animal.
It's true, too, because there are some where they abandon the children, like the mother raises the babies, or they just leave the babies altogether. Like, what is it, turtles?
Mm-hmm.
They lay the eggs in the hole and leave them there, and hopefully they make it. Pretty sure it's turtles. But anyway, there's different ones where they do that. And again, we there's the term deadbeat dad, because if you're not around for your kids, that's considered a bad thing. But if we're just animals, what does it matter?
Right. So that does have serious implications for sure, that concept. So then he says, and then if you look at the progression logically of what he's saying, think about it. We're just about animals. We're afraid of the outcome. Don't cry to me because the fiction that we're living in says I should just pull the pin. See? That is really, really interesting.
Yes, it is.
That is a very, very interesting line. Don't cry to me because the fiction that we're living in says I should just pull the pin. So the logical progression of you're just an animal, then the outcome is fearful. Mm-hmm. Okay, how do you respond to that fearful outcome? Well, don't come crying to me.
Cry to me.
Don't come crying to me about the outcome. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with this. And then it says, should I just pull the pin? Which is, an argument could be made that if that is your understanding of human beings, then nihilism is the only logical conclusion. You're going to end up, you were space dust before, and you're going to go back to space dust into the eternal void, the infinite void once we go into Nova, whatever.
Yep.
Right? So if that's the case, then why don't you pull the pin? Now, the answer to that is very obvious. Well, we create our own value. So we don't have objective value, but we assign value to people. Mm-hmm. And that's why he says the fiction that we're living in. Because if you're just an animal, and if there's an empty universe, then all value that you create is made up value that doesn't really exist. It's just there because you created it as a fiction. Wow. Just like Hamlet exists in the universe of William Shakespeare, but he doesn't exist in our universe. So you can create some sort of transcendental value that you want to put on yourself or your child or women. Why should women have bodily autonomy? Why shouldn't we kill children? There's this idea that there is something transcendent about you that makes you more than your body. Mm-hmm. Because if you were just your body, then there's no way to say bodily autonomy.
Right.
What part of you is being autonomous if you're just a body? Like, you don't look at a steak at a table and say, oh, what's the bodily autonomy of the steak at the table?
Right.
The cow is already dead. Right? So that's my point. My point is that if you take the logical ramifications of a certain worldview, then any value assignment has to be a fiction. Mm-hmm. And luckily, they would probably say, a lot of people play along with the fiction. It just so happens that most of us in the Western world have the same fiction. Mm-hmm. That human beings are valuable and that they have rights. Mm-hmm. These are just fiction. This isn't true. This is an arbitrary fiction if the universe of this guy is correct. It's an arbitrary fiction that we assign to ourselves. But why do I have to play along with your bullshit story?
Yeah. Right.
So, I've got a monologue from a guy, and it's written in my head, and I was gonna have you perform it because I think it'd actually be pretty interesting if you performed it, because it's a woman. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And you're a very beautiful woman, so it would be like, people would it would fuck with people. But basically, that was the idea. Why do I need to play along with everybody's fiction that they have value? Okay, you believe that, but you can't impose that onto me. Mm-hmm. You can't impose.
I'll do that shit for
sure. You can't impose your fiction of your value onto me.
Yeah.
How do you get yourself out of that fucking pretzel with the current worldview that people are putting out here?
I don't know.
Because then all of a sudden, people are going to be like, "Oh no, motherfucker, we're gonna impose our value system on you for sure." Mm-hmm. And it creates
Write it out so I can start practicing
this dystopian kind of universe.
Yeah.
And it's really very interesting. So he says it again. Look, life is just a dream within a. Right, dream within a dream within a dream. Right. I mean, this song is.
Did you read the ending?
Is really good.
Should I just pull the pin? Buried under dirt, a diamond in the mud. Should I pull the pin? Infinity is waiting there because no one can burn. Should I pull the pin? A glass cathedral. Not a crazy ending.
Yeah.
10.5 for me.
Yeah, this guy, he's dealing with that, Nietzsche level existential conflict here. Mm-hmm. And that's why I said, like, people, I've kind of, I've been hard, I think, on the internet atheist to a degree, but part of me is happy at how naive many of them are. Mm-hmm. Because when you read Nietzsche and Bertrand Russell, that shit is depressing as hell.
Oh, yeah.
So the fact that a lot of them believe that you can ascertain some sort of meaning or reality without dealing with the ramifications of what it actually means to live in an empty universe, I'm glad a lot of them don't have the rigor to read those people and look at that shit in the face.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Because this shit is not pretty at all.
It's depressing if it's full. If it's in its full
Lisa
glory.
says she should be studying for her psychology exam. Lisa, we are the psychology exam. Write a paper about us.
All right.
Jason, you're saying you have no intrinsic value. I don't believe you don't have intrinsic value. All I'm saying is, if a person truly believes that we have no intrinsic value, then everything is on the table, and none of us actually means anything to a person who's not playing along with the fiction of meaning. And I believe that that is an accurate way to look at the ramifications of that worldview. That's what I'm saying.
So what do you give it?
I don't think bringing Nietzsche into this is a bit much, Sadie, because the guy in the song is dealing with the ramifications of trying to assign meaning in an empty universe, which to me is all of what Nietzsche was trying to wrestle with. My point is that the future in Nietzsche's mind looked very bleak because of the lived out ramifications of the death of God. So I think I'm not going to put this guy on the level of Nietzsche. I'm just saying that he's at least honest about the implications of his worldview, and I think that is different from what I normally see from those folks. That's all I'm saying. But it is a deep song. This Nicholas fella, I've never heard of Nicholas before. I haven't seen him around.
No, you have. He just doesn't talk much. We've actually done like at least 2 reviews for him before.
Yeah, dude's a killer, man. He's getting some really good songs. Really good songs. Shout out to DJ Nick. Sori loved that song. That's gonna be a gym song for sure.
Oh yeah.
You hit that elliptical and shit. I cannot wait.
So what did you give it?
The last time I stared into the void blushed and waved. Yeah, be careful. It might get you. No, this song is a 10.5. Easily a 10.5.
We did it same score.
Oh, you had 10.5?
Yeah, I already gave it to it. Woo.
Listen, I love the chugga-lugga stuff. As long if the song is like 3 to 5 minutes, right? And you have a couple variances in there, I'm a sucker for the chugga-lugga stuff every day of the week. All right, dear listener.
All right, Falling in Reverse is next. I Am Not a Vampire.
Falling in Reverse is next for those of you who are chilling in the stream. If you're a square, that's a square, you're going to have to see it in regular YouTube at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Having said that, Vin out.
Sori out.
Go. Oh, there's only one more song left. There's only one more song left. What a disaster. You must be asking for some type of massacre.
My head is hurting.
Huh? Oh, I was like, that's random. This is a random exercise. Random exercise. Are you guys only taking to high promoted YouTube members? What is a high promoted YouTube member?
And what is talking to them?
Hey, DJ Mark in the house. What's up, Mark? Wait, I hope it's revamped.
No, we're not just talking to high-ranking people. We talk to everybody.
What's a high-ranking person? Do you have a ranking system?
No, we don't have a ranking. I think they just mean like, why are you picking those people's comments to talk to? And like, you know, some people get like multiple things said to them. You know, like Sadie or Ben or Amy Lee. I think it's just more what it is we have people that come around a lot and talk to us a lot, and they kind of become our friends. So.
Yeah, it's just when we recognize somebody that we've talked to a lot. That's all. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing on a string in Burger King.
You can start it, honey.
You mean put the commercial on?
Yep.
Are we playing Fortnite after?
I gotta do some stretching first.
Tina goes, hey Vin, mayonnaise man. Curse you. Hey, I think Tina's doing a DJ stream pretty soon here, isn't she? You got her on the Cali?
No, she hasn't set up anything yet.
Tina, you missed a bunch of pizza topping. Yeah, Sadie's high ranking for sure. Okay. Holy shit.
What? I need to do stretches.
All right, you ready?
Start it.
Okay, guys, we're starting. Stand by. One more song. The name of this band is Falling in Reverse. Stand by, guys. Commercial time, and then it's time to rock and roll. I'm Vin.
I'm sorry.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get matched down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at insori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord,
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
and they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch. Buy our merch.
Indeed.
So here we are. We are on our last and final song of the DJ stream.
Last and final song of the
as
DJ
we've
stream.
said previously in other reviews, we're not at the end of the stream. We are at the beginning of the last song. So we just have started it.
Yes.
Falling in Reverse. I am not a vampire is the next song up on our list.
This is DJ Nick, DJ Nicholas, who's coming with banger after banger after banger after banger. This guy
he's introduced us to some awesome new stuff tonight. I really am a fan of Architects. Well, at least the song Animals.
Architects, and yeah.
Next.
So shout out to Nick. A DJ stream is when you get to choose at minimum 4 songs.
Yep.
There's no maximum, and you run the show, and it's cool
25.
because like whatever video you want, yada yada yada.
Yeah, you pick.
All that jazz. So it's really cool stuff. And
of course, we encourage you not to pick videos that would get blocked because then it makes it harder for you to get your DJ stream after the stream is completed.
Yep.
But
and then
here
we usually
are.
coordinate with you so you can be there while we're recording all that
We
jazz.
always coordinate with you so you can be there.
Okay. Falling in reverse. I am not a vampire. It says revamped. I don't know what that means. So let's see it. Fear. It's definitely an official video.
Ooh, I like this one.
And mothers better lock your doors and hide your daughters.
Uh-oh.
'Cause I'm insane. I can feel it in my bones, coursing through my veins. When did I become so cold? For goodness sakes, where is my self-control? If home is where my heart is, then my heart has lost all.
I like this.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not a zombie, but I feel like one. Today, self-induced, comatose, chemical days. My head is always spinning from this dizzy blurry vision, and my stomach is had enough. I feel like a lady that is pregnant with a baby, 'cause I'm always throwing up. And hi, my name is Ronnie. I'm an addict. And Daddy should have never raised me on black.
Get him, Ozzy! Get him, Ozzy!
Feel it in my bones, coursing through my veins. When did I become so cold? For goodness sakes, where is my self-control? If home is where my heart is, then my heart has lost all. Mortals believe. I just want the world to believe. Lost at the sight of your blood.
Holy shit.
Swear to God, I am over.
Oh, wow.
So God bless all of you now. 'Cause I'm going straight to hell. And I'm taking you down with me.
Shit.
Because you know damn well.
Wow.
Jason. Look. Wrath of blood.
Oh, she killed herself?
So I sharpen my teeth, 'cause I love the way it feels when I sink into your skin and draw the only thing that's real. You don't believe me. Should I write it in blood? You better drive that fucking stake right down my heart and try and run, motherfucker! I'm a vampire! I'm sick and in my blood, coursing through my veins, and I become some kind of kindness. Silence my self-control. If home is where my heart is, then my heart has lost all. Heart has fucking lost all. Heart has lost
Jeez,
Jeez. That was a deep video, man. And it had to be that video.
Oh, for sure.
It had to be that video.
That's crazy.
Right now, Senior Clay's comment is currently winning comment of the night.
Oh my god.
Vampires suck. Just saying.
Rude.
That's
Wow.
gotta.
Well, I'm not a vampire, but I feel like one. Sometimes I sleep all day because I hate the sunlight. My hands are always shaking, body's always aching in the dark is when I feed. When I can lure any woman that I want into bed with me. Is this like the same storyline that we've talked about where the artist keeps going with a bunch of different girls, wrecks his relationship sort of thing? Is that what you were getting from it? And whiskey seems to be my holy water.
There was some lyrics that I can't find in the thing. Like when he was saying, like, didn't he say, like, I'm a vampire motherfucker or something like that? At the end.
Oh. Yeah, I heard him say that, but I don't know.
Okay,
That
go
was
ahead.
right
Keep
before
going.
he was getting taken away. Oh, when he said why he was doing it, I think.
Oh,
Okay.
we just got. Did we just get booted?
I'm not sure.
I have a good stream coming.
Yeah. So he
Doesn't
says,
look like we got booted. Looks like it's okay. All right,
I'm
keep going.
saying, well, I can feel it in my my bones, coursing through my veins. When did I become so cold? For goodness sakes, where is my self-control? If home is where my heart is, then my heart has lost all hope. If home is where the heart is.
He has no home, basically, is what he's saying.
Yeah, but he's saying coursing through my veins when I, for goodness sakes, where did I lose my self-control? I thought this was about him losing self-control with maybe the groupies or whatever, and then it ends up wrecking his relationship at home.
Really?
That's what I got from it, but
Oh, so you're automatically looking at this as a metaphor. You're not taking it literally.
oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, who was the girl that was in the dress beside him at the computer at the piano that he kills? He sucks her blood. She looks so similar to the girl that
I think it's
in
the
white.
same girl, right?
Oh, it is the
Isn't
same
it the
girl.
same girl?
Okay, so what is he doing? He's just no.
What do you
I'm
mean?
very confused now.
I don't understand. What are you saying?
Nicholas, was the girl in the dress that wasn't white? Was that the same girl that was in the white dress? I thought he's by the piano and there's a girl's hand that's coming here and she is the white dressed girl was standing there watching as that other girl's hand is coming close to him. And then he ends up killing that girl that was wearing the other dress. So my thought was she's seeing him going after other women.
Oh.
But then in the end, but maybe it was the same girl. But then in the end, she kills herself. And then, but the whole thing with the vampire thing is he's in love with the woman, but he's not going to suck her blood because he doesn't want to turn her to a vampire. What's the matter?
I see what you're saying. But I took it literally as in you're actually dealing with an actual vampire.
Okay.
So, and these were the extra lyrics. So the lyrics that we had, there's 2 versions of this song that I just surmised.
Yep.
So this part right here, I don't think you had on the one that you had. So I was having a hard time following it. That's when he says, "Motherfucker, I'm a vampire. You better drive that stake right down my heart and try to run, motherfucker, because I'm a vampire." So no, I was just trying to figure it out because it was the last part of the song, and it was getting really, really dramatic what he was saying.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go back to that part real quick. I think it's right over here too when he sees her dead. Is this what he's saying? Yeah, see right there.
When I sink into your skin and draw the only thing that's real, you don't believe me. Should I write it in blood? You better drive that fucking stake right down my heart and try and run, motherfucker! I'm a vampire!
See, that was my favorite part of the song right there. Motherfucker, I'm a vampire. Let's go. He's on his shit, boy. Oh, did you not like that part?
Oh no, I loved the whole song. Obviously.
Okay, so literally, it's an epic. I mean, this is like some Andrew Lloyd Webber shit. I don't know if you know who Andrew Lloyd Webber is. He's he writes plays. So what is it? The Canaan days we used to Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Okay.
We were in New York one time. I was like, oh man, if that was still in Broadway, I'd have taken you. But because my brother did that one, he did.
Okay.
So he used to practice for that. So there's a lot of singing in it. And I remember we were at the homeless shelter, and there's this song because remember they were in Egypt and they're starving it. And so there's a song, the Canaan days we used to know, where have they gone? Where did they go?
Yeah.
It's bien, raise your bechles. To those Canaan days. So like
This was so cute. I don't even know what you're doing.
He had him be French.
Oh, okay.
Raise your bechles to those Canaan days. So I think Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, but he sounds like a Jamaican French person.
Who?
You sound Jamaican when you're doing that.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, I guess. But anyway, so my brother used to sing like all through because he's practicing, whatever. And so like there's one point where he knew the whole